Hello everyone, this is Harieth Velasco, and this is my review of Arcane Act 3. So what happened? Was my prediction correct? When it comes down to the leader of the Firelights, did Jinx and Vi reconciled? Is Jayce still promoting Sextech? Will Victor do glorious evolution? Well, find out. But before we head on to the review, I just want to everyone to know to leave a like. It only takes 1 second of your life and it will generate a massive impact on this channel for its growth and sustainability. For the glorious monetization. Now, without further ado, here's my review of Arcane Act 3. So we all started in the scene where we left off in Act 2. It was Vi and Caitlyn being obtained by the firelight, and it was revealed, like everyone has correctly predicted, Echo is the leader of the firelights. So Echo will accompany Vi and Caitlyn to topside so they can present their stance on the advancements of Silco, but they were ambushed by a man called Marcus, the corrupted sheriff of Piltover. Here we see a struggle ensue, and we saw that the firelights take up the weapons of the enforcers, killing Marcus. And then we come into Jinx. Jinx is having a personal disorientation of herself. She's having paranoia. We know she's suffering from mental health issues. And she's jealous of Caitlyn. So she wants Caitlyn dead. What happened? Echo fend up Jinx. And Vi and Caitlyn went to topside. Echo Jinx went into a gunfight and a sword fight. It harkens back to their sparring days when they were a child, but this time Echo knew Jinx's shot patterns and managed to hit her. Jinx's last stand, she threw a grenade, and we assume both are dead. Meanwhile, on the arc of Jayce and Victor, we see that Jayce, well, he's considering weaponizing Hextech, which Victor obviously disapproved. Victor went to Singe to seek his knowledge on whether or not the Hextech core or the Hex core can cure him of the disease. The Hex core may adapt to nature, but nature has to adapt for themselves if they want to know the secrets of the Hex core. So Singe offer Victor a bottle of shimmer. Is this glorious evolution in the making? Let's find out. So that's what majorly happened in episode 7. Pretty cliffhangery, if you know what I mean. Episode 8, Jinx. Vi and Caitlyn went topside. They went to Caitlyn's house. They were met by the rifle of Caitlyn's mom and explained their cause. Caitlyn and Vi managed to get a audience on the council. They explained the situation that Silco wanted independence from Piltover as the nation of Zon. Meanwhile, Victor is trying desperately to use Hextech, and I think he succeeded but mutated his legs. So he wants more. That's what you get when you indulge yourself with drugs. You want more. He had satisfaction. He can now run. But was that enough? No, he wants more. And Victor got addicted. He was addicted to the reaction of Chemtech and Hextech, to Shimmer and the Hex core. Will it be glorious evolution? I don't know. Mel's mom visited Piltover, and Mel's hidden intention is for Piltover to start a war against Zon, the Undercity, to know how much of an impact the weaponization of Hextech is. And Vi, the catalyst that she is, wants to go face to face with Silco. The council disapproves, but she persuaded Jayce to come along with her. Jayce finally brought down the hammer, and Vi got the mining knuckles, now her gauntlets, and went into the Undercity, tried to destroy the remaining shimmers, or a shimmer production plant. But then, tragically, Jayce accidentally shot a miner, killing the miner to his death from 10 feet above to below. Jayce was disappointed. He was confused. Was his unsanctioned activity to stop the shimmer productions worth it for a life? Vi tries to convince Jayce. And what would be the aftermath of this? Well, the aftermath is Jinx kidnapped Caitlyn while Caitlyn is having a hot shower. God, Caitlyn is hot. Very hot. On another side story, Echo managed to survive the explosion, and Heimerdinger, being a former counselor, went to the Undercity trying to help people there, but the Undercity despised him until he met Echo. And they will become best friends. Victor doing more rituals, and we will be transitioning over to Act 3. I haven't said much of Silco because we're going to talk about him more here. Silco is conflicted about Jinx, but he wants the power of independence. He wants independence. Jayce was conflicted on his actions on killing the miner, stop the unsanctioned operations. He went into a little scuffle with Vi. He allowed Vi to keep the gauntlets, but to stay out of her way, or out of his way. Mel is mad at her mom, who is committing concubinage to a guy who looks like Viego before he became the Ruined King. Asks her mom to get out of Piltover. Also, I forgot to mention episode 7. We got a these nuts jokes. These nuts joke from Mel to Jayce, but we're backtracking. Echo introduces Heimerdinger to the Firelight headquarters. Heimerdinger is impressed. Maybe this will lead to the season 2 of Arcane. Will we see more Echo, and we see more of that time travel technology we get accustomed to in League. What happened to Jinx? Well, Jinx was brought into Singe for treating her wounds, and she was injected with Chemtech. Meanwhile, on Victor's lair, he tried to, he tried to assimilate himself with the Hex core, I think, so his body will react to Hex core. Then his one and only simp, Sky, went into the room, saw the things, and Sky became Ash, like Thanos Ash. And Victor was shocked. It wasn't a glorious evolution. We didn't see Cyborg Victor throughout this season. Maybe they're holding it out just to break our hearts. Victor scattered Sky's Ash towards the depths below. Jayce proposed with Silco for the independence of Zone in exchange for for Jinx. Of course, Jinx wouldn't have it that way. She abduct Shaco and Vi. But before that, Vi got into a scuffle with Civica. Vi won against Civica. But because Vi was tired, Jinx incapacitated her. And again, there was a cool scene here where Vi took a drink while fighting Civica. I thought that was fun. Okay. And the climax of the season, we didn't get to see a superhero fist fight where there are lots of explosions, fighting, heroes versus villains, doing our Advent Children moves. No, it was a simple dinner table. It was an encounter on the dinner table with Jinx emulating her family. We got the dummies of Clagor. I finally got his name. And Milo. We got Vi all tied up. We got a jump scare. We thought that Jinx beheaded Caitlyn, but good thing it's just a cupcake. Caitlyn came in, and then Silco is at the head of the table. This is okay. What happens is that she wants Vi to decide if it's Jinx or if it's Powder. Silco, being the politician he is, tries to convince Jinx otherwise. Jinx will then kill. Who was she? Who was she trying to kill? Was it Vi? I think. But then Caitlyn managed to break free of her ropes and got into the hold of the minigun. So there's a standoff, and it was perfectly executed. Jinx managed to overpower Caitlyn. We see Silco grab a hold of Jinx's pistol, tries to kill Vi, and Jinx, having paranoia, PTSD, it triggered at that precise moment and killed Silco. It wasn't Jayce who killed Silco. It wasn't Vi who killed Silco. It was Jinx who killed Silco. And this is the moment where Powder died and Jinx is now Jinx. She took the hex core, launched the rocket, and while the Piltover Council is agreeing to give Zon the independence as Jayce proposed, the rocket launched by Jinx powered by Hextech will hit the council, ending on a cliffhanger. What will happen? Nobody wins at the end. Nobody, everyone loses at the end. Well, except for Heimerdinger and Echo. I think they become best friends. And we get to see what we all speculated even before Arcane. We get to see a glimpse of Vander's corpse being experimented by Singe. Maybe confirming Vander is Warwick. Arcane Season 1 finale ended on a cliffhanger which wants you to decide the fate of the council until Season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Arcane is one of the best animations that I've ever seen, and I have the pleasure of watching it, reviewing it on this channel. It was a pleasure on seeing character development, and it was awesome that what we called Glorious Evolution Victor will come out at the end of this season. Didn't come into fruition. It just makes us want us more. You say? It just wants us more. The relationship between each characters, Pretty Boy and Vi, being allies and now having opposing views as Jayce sees it. Jayce being a guy who can't make his own decisions, has to have a woman making his decisions, or an old Yordle making his decisions. Victor probably received the most character development from a man who worked from a workaholic to a sad workaholic. We just want a glorious evolution, Victor. We just want glorious evolution, Victor. But Cyborg Victor, maybe it's just the future. I can say Arcane is one of the best animations in 2021. Besides Invincible. But if I have to rank, I rank Arcane much higher than Invincible. Invincible had to resort to gore. Arcane resorted to art. In the end, no one wins. This is Harieth Velasco signing off.